everybody doing today? It is Dr. Tam, your empowerment coach, popping in here with another live. It is the last day of October. I just thought about that. The last day of October, but I promised y'all that I was coming in here every day this month, dropping some heat every day this month. And so here I am showing up once again with another live. So y'all come on in, come in, come in. I'm in a little bit earlier today than I was last night. Y'all, I waited to the last minute, not the last minute, but really close to the last minute after I was all tired from the day. So I definitely want to pop in here a little bit earlier today where I still had some energy and to bring it to come in here and to give it to you. So I'm showing up again. Hey y'all, come on in, come on in, come on in. Okay, so I'm coming in, sharing once again, dropping some more heat. Hey there. Thank you for joining me today. I want to share something with you. Actually, I have a question for you guys. When you're learning something, how much time do you give yourself to learn something? Like when you're learning something new, how much time do you normally give yourself? How much time do you give yourself when you are learning something new? That's our question for today. Because typically, y'all, sometimes we can be pretty hard on ourselves when we're learning. But I want to share with you today something that I have learned and that I know to be true, and that is that, hey there, James, that growth requires grace. Growth requires grace. So when you're learning something new, I want you to think about it like if you just started a new job. A lot of times when you just started a new job, you're coming in, they may give you like I think it's like a 90-day probationary period, or maybe like a 6-month probationary period or something like that. It's kind of like the same thing, but I want to remind you all that whenever we are learning something new, just remember that growth requires grace. So how much time do you give yourself? Hey, Cha-Cha. How much time do you give yourself when you are learning something new? Because some of us, we become very impatient with the process. And that impatience will eventually lead to us speaking negatively to ourselves. That impatience would leave us feeling down about ourselves. But just know this. Hey there, I want you to know something. That because growth requires grace, you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be polite with yourself. Okay? Think about, we're all very familiar with growth. Like growing up, there's like the stages of development, right? Like a toddler to, as an infant to a toddler to a tween to a teen to a young adult, eventually to an adult, right? So there's that progression of growth. We're familiar with growth. You come into a brand new company, you're learning something new, new skills, new craft. You do that for a while, then eventually you may receive like a promotion, or you're elevated, you receive a raise. That's going to be growth. And then you just kind of repeat that process over, continuing to rise. So we're all very familiar with growth, right? Yes, everybody is growth. Everybody knows how to grow. But in that growth process, do you know how to give yourself grace? Listen, in this season, as we are becoming our absolute best version of ourselves, as we are transitioning, becoming people who we've never been before, I want to remind you, hey there, Shark, I want to remind you that it's going to take time. Becoming is a process. That process is going to take time. And that timing is in God's hands, not ours. Do we still have a responsibility during that process? Absolutely. Are we still supposed to be working during that process? Absolutely. But I want you to know today to give yourself grace while you are growing. I want y'all to drop it in the chat for me. Grace. Grace. What exactly is grace? Hey, as y'all are coming in, I want you to hit that like button so we can get this word out there. I want you to hit the subscribe button so you'll know when I'm dropping some heat. Okay? I want you to share this message because there are so many of us out here, we're being way too hard on ourselves. We're being way too hard on ourselves. Just because you're not able to get something that first time around, then all of a sudden, here you go, you're thinking, oh, I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. It's too frustrating. I don't have what it takes. And I'm telling you right now, you do. But what you have to also do is to remember to give yourself grace because the process is going to take time. In time, we're not the creator of time. Just remember that. So give yourself some grace. How do you do that? How do you do that? If I'm learning something new, if I'm giving myself grace, what does that actually look like? Number one is going to look like you being patient. Okay? On this journey, you are going to make some mistakes. You are going to fall down. There are some things that you're not going to get the first time around. You'll make mistakes. You'll fall down, but you will get back up. And those mistakes, you will learn from those mistakes. Mistakes are not failures. Our mistakes are not failures. And failure does not mean that it's final. Failure does not mean that it's final, that it's all over, that you can't get it. It doesn't mean that at all. That just simply means there's an opportunity for you to learn from that mistake. There's an opportunity for you to grow even more. But during that process, I need for you to give yourself some grace. Okay? So to give yourself some grace, be patient with yourself. To give yourself some grace, I need you speaking affirmations over yourself. I am enough. I am smart. I am intelligent. I can learn new things. I know how to do this. I am resourceful. I am capable. I am confident. I am competent. I need you constantly speaking affirmations over yourself, reminding yourself of who you are, reminding yourself of what is actually placed inside of you. That's how you give yourself grace. You're going to be patient with yourself, and you're going to speak affirmations over yourself. Also, guys, I want you to remember, lastly, last tip before I jump off of here. Last tip, make sure you are surrounding yourself with the right people. The right people. You don't need anybody in your corner who is like, when you do make mistakes, when you do fall, you do not need people in your corner. See, I told you it was going to work. I told you you couldn't do it. If you have people like that in your corner right now, delete, block. I'm not trying to be ugly. I'm not trying to be too harsh. Okay? I'm just being truthful with you. Because that is not what we need in our corner right now. Look, there's enough negativity in this world. There's enough stress that I have to deal with. I don't need people in my corner who are always reminding me of only my failures. I need people in my corner who can see my success, who can see my progress, who can see my growth even when I'm not doing it. Those are the people that you need in your corner. Those people who can see your growth. Those people who can see your progress. Those people who can see the efforts that you're making. Those people who are pushing you. Those people who are encouraging you. Those people who are giving you motivating words. Listen, those are the ones that you need in your corner. I need you to get those kind of people. That's your community. That's your tribe. Because this growth process, remember, it's a process. As we're becoming this person we've never been before, we are becoming the absolute best versions of ourselves. We are elevating in life. Becoming is a process. Process takes time, and time is in God's hand. And during that process, I need for you to remember. I need for you to remember to give yourself grace. Be patient with yourself. Speak positive words of affirmation. Hey, Misty. Hey, James. Speak positive words of affirmation over your life. And make sure you are surrounded by the right people. My friend sent me a like a little meme the other day, and it was there were some oranges, right? And one of the orange in the front, it was rotten. Like if you turn it on one side of it, it was rotten. And then the orange right next to it had a little rotten spot. Now, how do you think that little spot got there? That little spot got on that orange by hanging out with the other orange that had the big spot. That's what you don't want to be. You don't want to be that rotten orange. You don't want people who are rotten around you. Okay? It is infectious. It'll get all up on you. So we don't need no bad vibes. We don't need no infectious behaviors. We don't need negativity around us. You need people in your corner who are going to support you. Okay? Because this process, let me tell you something, it is not easy. It is challenging. It has its times when you want to give up. When you are going to literally get up and look yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? This ain't worth it. You know what? I'm tired. You know what? I don't see the progress. But let me tell you, I told y'all last night, if you hopped on that one last night, just because you don't see that something is not happening does not mean it's not happening. Just because you do not see the fruits of your labor right now does not mean that something is not happening. Let me share this with you really quickly also. It is going to happen on the inside of you first before it manifests on the outside. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Did you catch that? It will happen on the inside first before it manifests on the outside. So remember that just because you don't see that something is happening, oh, it's happening all right. So I need you to stick with it, okay? I need y'all to hit this like button. I need y'all to subscribe. I need for us to get this word out there. There are so many of us out here right now walking around with our heads held down. We feel defeated by this world, like we cannot do it, and that is not who we are. We are children of the Most High, who has placed greatness inside of us. And there is great works for us to do. But I need for you to understand that this is a process. I need for you to understand that becoming is a process. And process is going to take some time. And that time is in God's hand. So during this growth process, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. Make sure you share this word with somebody else. How do you give yourself grace? How? You're going to be patient with yourself, okay? You're going to remind yourself, speak the positive affirmations, remind yourself of who you truly are. And number 3, make sure you are surrounding yourself with the right people. Can y'all do that for me today? Because I need y'all to do that. I need this word to get out there. I need more of us showing up in this world. So make sure you like this. Make sure you subscribe so you'll know when I'm popping on here, dropping some more gems, because I need for all of us to understand who we truly are. And more importantly, the process is going to take time. Growth, y'all, it takes time. As children, we didn't just start walking overnight. It was a process. We didn't just come out of our mother's wombs already talking. Come on, y'all. It's a process. Everything that when we are transitioning from one level to the next, from one state to the next, when we are transforming our lives as we are becoming the best version of ourselves, it's a process and it's going to take some time. So I need for you during this growth process, remember that growth requires grace. Hey, listen here. I'm about to hop off of here. I got a couple of errands to run. My baby is back there. He's napping in the back seat. But listen, down below I put a link. If you are interested in joining our community of Christians who are living life together, who are thriving and living the life of purpose, the life that we have created to live. We're overcoming our fears. We're overcoming our self-doubt. I want you to click that link because I want you to be a part of this community. Y'all, we got to get this word out here. There's work for us to do in this world. There's work for us to do, and we're doing it together because in this community, we do support one another. We motivate one another. We encourage one another, and we know how to show up for one another, okay? If that's what you were looking for, if you were in that place in life right now, you like, you know what? This is what I need. I need this community. I need you to click that link, schedule a call with me, and I'm going to tell you more about the coaching programs, and I will also tell you more about this thriving community that we have. All right? So, y'all be blessed today. I'm about to hop out of here, go run a couple more errands, but remember, growth requires grace. Be patient with yourself. Speak your affirmations over yourself. Remind yourself of who you are, and make sure you are surrounding yourself with positive, purposeful people. All right. I'm Dr. Tam. I'm your empowerment coach, and I'll check it with y'all later. Okay. Bye, guys.